starting over again? Seriously? How many times can you do that? What's up, YouTube? I'm Charmaine Jamil, and welcome to my channel where I love sharing outfits, meals, and real life moments with you. You've just dropped into the moment where I decided I'm going back to a relaxer and short haircut. In August of 2025, I went natural because my hair was thinning and I wanted to try to support my hair by removing the relaxer. It was definitely interesting because a lot of the comments at the time said, hey, you should check your vitamin D levels. And lo and behold, after having my 9 fibroids removed through my second myomectomy, I learned that my vitamin D and iron were basically non-existent. And now that I've gotten all of that under control, today, health-wise, I'm doing fantastic. But now I've been fighting the urge to relax and cut my hair back to how it was. So I thought maybe I just needed a day out in the city to let those thoughts roll off. So I checked out this pizza spot that had a Michelin recommended pizza, and I must say, it was a pretty good choice. Then I decided to head over to the movies to catch the new rom-com, You, Me, and Tuscany, which was actually surprisingly funny. I think we can all agree we love anything The Little Mermaid and the Duke of Hastings is giving. But then I headed over to treat myself and ended up selecting the option to have a 4-course meal with a wine pairing, and it was more than a culinary experience. But rather, I learned a lot about my wine preferences with food pairing. Girl, look at me being bougie, but child, anyways. By the time I got home, I was like, who gonna check you, boo, if you do relax and cut your hair? And I came to the quick conclusion of nobody. So here we are. I still give the restaurant a 10 out of 10, so. All right, let's go home because I've had enough. So here we are. So we've come to the moment that I have been waiting for. And this is the funny thing. You really got to know yourself because I want you to look at this clip from August 2025. Just listen at me and what I'm saying. Well, Charmaine, just try it because I really want to look fly. Don't get me wrong. I want to look really fly for my 40th birthday. And this is the perfect time to do it because one thing about it, if I don't like how this is going in the natural state, and if I'm just, getting really agitated behind trying to really make sure I'm doing the correct things, the proper things, and overall my confidence, let me tell you something. I don't care who's looking at this video. I will slap a relaxer back in my hair and just take my fate the way it is. But it is so weird to hear myself say that because I think at the time I knew me, and when I did my first natural hair journey, I got to about, I lasted a whole lot longer than this because I'm getting ready to relax 8 months of hair growth, of natural hair growth. The first time I did it, I waited in year 4. So I kind of know myself. And the minute that I heard myself, you know what, I'm going to take my fate the way it is, that's just what I'm going to do. That is just what I'm going to do because I've gotten to the point now where I just don't feel like the headache. The only thing that I really have been enjoying about having natural hair really is being able to exercise, and, you go exercise, sweat it out, and you don't have to worry about much. But I think people who are equipped to really take care of it, I give you big ups to you all. I don't have the energy. I just really don't have the energy for myself, especially if I'm trying to keep up with my own hair. What I've noticed is either I'm doing braids or I'm doing a crochet, which that hair, the synthetic hair was just really getting on my nerves. So I'm just kind of like, you know what, Charmaine, just do you. If your hair starts thinning, that's on you, boo. That's on you. You got evidence that you said you were just going to take your fate the way it is. So let's get this thing cracking, okay? So I'm kind of a little nervous because I am used to cutting my hair. I haven't technically relaxed and cut my hair, as you all know, in 8 months. However, the last time I did this, I went to a professional stylist and had them cut it, and then when it was time to wash and move forward, then I just basically followed their pattern. But I'm not doing that this time. This time I'm just kind of giving it a go. Normally I would cut off hair that I know I'm gonna eventually cut off when I get to taping my hair in the back, but because I don't have a guide to follow, I'm just gonna relax all of my hair. And that way, if I need to keep a little hair, I at least kind of give myself that room to do so. But other than that, we're mixing the relaxer and it's go time. I'm actually excited about this. So here we go. I have washed out the relaxer. As you can see, I didn't get it like all the way straight, and I didn't record it because I had to concentrate, okay? I was just a little nervous. But as you can see, it's not like super straight as far as like the actual hair in certain parts. But what I really wanted to make sure that I was getting straight as far as using the relaxer were my edges in the back, because I like my cut to be close and tapered, because I know a lot of this is about to be cut off anyway. So what I'm essentially getting ready to do is put some conditioner on it, as well as just put some semi-permanent color in the front, just to kind of give it a little more rich looking color. But essentially, this is my hair relaxed out. It kind of doesn't look very much different than what I just had from being natural. But again, like I said, this is my first time doing this, so we shall see. You know, one thing about me, I'm like, okay, we shall see. And I kind of started looking like, all right, is the top looking a little thin? And it is, but I already knew that. That's what it was always looking like, but it looks a little bit better. So I'm gonna try and do my best to make sure that I'm only using the relaxer 6 weeks apart, putting it on the actual hair and seeing how that works for me. But let's do some conditioner. Yeah, see, right there, I can already see it's thin. It's okay, I'm taking my fate. I'm taking my fate the way it is. Now we are just going to allow this conditioner to sit in my hair for about 15 minutes. I'm actually going to do my plastic cap here. And there we go. And now essentially what I'm gonna do is not like fully commit to cutting it, but I'm just gonna cut off the pieces that I know I'm not going to keep on. But I'm trying to kind of figure out like how I'm gonna style this, because I'm kind of looking to see like, do I want to bring it forward, kind of give myself, you know, like a bang? Or do I want to kind of play it safe, leave a lot more on the top and still give it room to grow? Where normally that's like me parting it on the side and kind of going there. So this is going to be very interesting to see how this turns out, but I feel confident. I mean, I feel like I'll be fine. Well, and honestly, at this point, I've kind of gotten to the point of no return, so I'm just gonna go for it. Got my scissors here. And I'm just gonna kind of go for it. And I always try to just use my hand as a guide, but there she blows, right? right, girl. You good, because clearly you should have gone to somebody's chair and let them do the work for you. But it's hair. It'll grow back. Hopefully. Hopefully. That's what we tell ourselves. Hopefully. Because all of this has to come off, right? So I'm not going to stress about it. I'm definitely not going to stress about it. And it needs to be dry. But I know for a fact I can definitely get those pieces off. Funny enough, I really should put my glasses on so I can see. But I'm winging it out here right now. I'm not even gonna stress about it. Like, I'm just not stressing about it. Am I a professional stylist? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The only thing I have authority to is my hair, and I can do what I want with it. But yeah, she's just cutting. She is just cutting, honey, and talking and yapping. But the thing about it is, I am going to the Emma Grede book tour. That's not why I'm cutting my hair. Let me state that. That's not why I'm cutting my hair. But I am going to the Emma Grede book tour here in Atlanta. And I think it's just so interesting because a lot of people have been up in arms about what she said. And I am not like reading the physical book, but I do have Audible. I'm listening to it, her book on Audible. And honestly, it's a very good book. Very insightful. The thing about, or the one thing that I do like about her book, or just her in general, it's kind of like one of those things, like everything doesn't need a think piece. Everything doesn't need a dissertation. Anything that anyone puts out into the world, including what I do, I feel like it's just, you know, you put it out there. And I think what I feel she's saying is you have a choice. Everyone has a choice in everything that they're doing. And I think also when you off-put yourself to not really listen to what someone is saying, to hear their side of how you may be able to think differently, I think kind of does a disservice to us. So essentially what I have gathered as a person who does work from home, I definitely wasn't off-put by that particular statement. I just think that you have to hear the whole story of what someone is offering, and then you take what is meant for you, because essentially when it comes down to it, the decisions of your life are yours, and you have to pull the good from what you feel someone is saying, apply it to your own life, and then kind of go from there. But, you know, to kind of like demonize her, that she is really lying to women and off-putting of women, it's kind of like, no, she's not. She's telling you from her lived experience and how she's become successful. But one thing that I know that I've really gathered from her is really hearing about, you know, you really have to find the bigger picture of what you want for your life, the bigger vision, and then anything that does not align with that you need to figure out what is the 1% distraction versus what you really need to pay attention to, and then know the bigger vision, and then start working back to where you are currently in your life so that you're able to reach that. So, I mean, I personally was not off put by what she said, but you know, to each his own. But I'm still going to the book tour to hear what she has to say, because I personally thought that, you know, she has a really great story, and it just really goes to show that, you know, you if you work hard and work for what you want, anything is achievable. It is definitely achievable. So I don't know. I'm going to the book tour. I'm going to get dressed and get cute, and then, you know, see how that goes from there. But I just think her book is very insightful. It's insightful to how she built her business, how she, is the person that we see today, and really not, just like cutting your opportunities off. So I thought what she was saying, was interesting. Like, you really gotta listen to and hear how other people live, how other people think, because you just never know. Like, you definitely have to be open and listen. So here's my hair, and it is kind of taking shape. I know you see it. It's taking shape. It's either taking shape or I'm just out here being a hot mess. So, but it's working out. I see it. I definitely see it. Y'all see it? Oh, Lord have mercy. Child, I have just literally cut off 8 months of growth. Do I feel like I wasted my time? Absolutely not. If anything, I gave my hair a great break. It did get thicker. I could tell that it got thicker. But, sometimes you just got to pivot and go for what you're feeling. And I just was feeling that I wanted something different. So, and this is the thing. If you're continuing to watch my channel, maybe in a year, I might be like, girl, I'm going, now I probably won't do a video about it, but you'll just be like, I noticed that your hair is going natural again. You just never know. You just got to go with what feels good to you. And right now, this is what is feeling good to me. Okay? But I know you see the shape coming. Do you see the shape? Answer the question. Here's my ball of hair. That natural 8-month hair that I waited so patiently to grow. It's all right. It is all right. Stop it, stop it. It's a new day, y'all. I would first like to say, giving honor to God, who is the head of my life. I don't think this is going to turn out right. I just took a shower. I'm trying to kind of let my hair dry just a little bit. Because, first of all, when I got up this morning, my scarf was sitting next to me on the pillow. And I was like, oh, that's not a good thing. You know what I mean? So I think this is the part where I just start saying, it's a process. You just got to trust the process. And it may not be this time, but it might just be next time that I, just get that snatched hairdo. I don't know if it's going to be this time, y'all, because I'm a little worried. I'm a little scared. And let me show you. And I knew I didn't get my hair really straight with the relaxer yesterday, but when I start seeing these little scruffies, I don't know if you can see them. When I start seeing those little scruffies start coming out, I was like, oh, this video might not be what you think it is, honey. But again, giving honor to God, who is the head of my life, trust the process. It may not work out this time, but it might work out next time. He may not come when you want him, but he'll be there on time. All right, suck it up, Charmaine. Y'all, this is, oh my gosh. Oh, Lord. Oh, no. Oh, no. I don't regret the relaxer. Let me just start there, okay? I don't regret the relaxer. But I probably should have gone to somebody and let them relax it for me, because I didn't get it good. So I don't really know what's about to happen. I will go ahead and say I totally underestimated what it means to relax natural hair. I totally underestimated. So no, I don't regret the idea of getting a relaxer. And I don't regret the cut, because I'm not done with the cut. But baby, if you could feel my hair, you probably could see it. If you could feel this, these better be some fire flat irons. Like, okay, no. Let me grab my confidence from the first part of the video. I'm confident. Okay, let's just see what happens. Y'all, it already started off wrong. I skinned the back of my head. Of curling my hair. This is what we have so far. Don't look too hard now. Don't look too hard. If I didn't skin my head right here in the middle, it actually would not be that bad. So what I'm gonna do is put on my face. I'm gonna put some clothes on, and I'm gonna take this hair out to lunch and give it a good spin. But other than that, I wanted a short haircut again, and so I have it. So this is the OOTD for my lunch date with myself. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I won't ever do that again, but it's not that bad, right? All right, YouTube, thank you so much for tuning in to this week's video. I really appreciate you watching, keeping your fingers crossed that I didn't mess my hair up, but I made it. So you just stay tuned to see what happens with the journey of this hair. I hope that you all have a beautiful week, and I will see you all next time. Peace.